All right, jumping into the power moment. So today, as of course you can see that there's a lot of purple around, right? I'm even in a way too tight of a shirt. That's my wife's, just to make sure I'm wearing purple. So, as comfortable as this could be, we're going to start. But no, I wanted to dive in. I'm excited for today. I'm excited for what we're bringing. So, glad that you guys are here. We have, what's coming up is Bold. So raise your hands. Who in here has done Bold? Okay, so there's a handful of you. Sweet. So we're going to be diving into what that looks like, going in through the information, what it's going to do for your business, and really just dive into that. But where I wanted to start out today, Noah, can you click on my screen? Not on the upper part yet. Thank you. There we go. Now it was acting weird. Okay, first I want to start out with an activity. So you each have an index card. So I'm probably gonna need to get some pens out. So let's kind of, who needs a pen? I'll just kind of pass these around. Whoop. All right, we're close. Love it. Okay. All right. So for this activity, here's kind of what I want you to do. So on the first side of the card, what is, and again, I want you to right now do your average. So first thing, think of what is your average commission, right? Or we can do the average of what goes on, right? If you're saying great, I mean, what are you guys thinking? What's average commission price that you're going to put down? No one wants to take the first thing. They're all different. What do you have?
12,000.
12,000. Okay. So 12,000. There's a whole bunch. About 10. Perfect. Okay. With that number, here's what you're going to do. I want you to multiply that number by 8. So take that number. What? Right? So take that number, write it down. So that is the number that we're going to be going off of for this activity. So, if, for example, your average is 10, then your math is pretty easy. That is 80,000, right? Going through what that is. Here's kind of what I want you to now write right beneath that. So, okay, you close, you get that amount. What would that do for you if I even maybe wrote you a check right now, right? What would that do for you? What would you use it for? What would you use that money for? You just got an $80,000 check from me. What would you use that for?
In addition to our normal out of the
extra? An extra.
Oh.
This is extra. You just made $80,000 extra dollars or whatever your number was. What would that do for you? Where would you use it? Extra. Yep. You didn't take off the rest of the year. This is bonus check. Yep. You get this bonus check. You get it going. What would you do with that? So write it down. There we go. Okay. All right, what did some of you write? Jennifer.
Vacation paper.
Vacation. Okay, awesome. So vacations and then do some rentals. Okay, awesome. Who else? What else? Yeah.
Pay some debt, go to Spain.
Pay some debt and go to Spain. Okay, awesome. What else?
I need a third row car.
You need a bigger car. So that would be your first thing. You have another new baby, new car. Perfect. $80,000 will get you a decent car. So I love it. Okay. Pay off your house. Nice. Pay it off. I love it. Okay, so here's what I want you to do next. I want you to flip this card over. You accomplished that. You paid those things off. You are going through that to be in that right spot. Here's what's next. I want you to write who that affects. What people's life does that affect? Who does it help? How would it impact them? How would that make you feel? What difference would it make? How would you feel when that's accomplished, right, as well? So I want, two people. So whoever's willing, like what did you write down? Who would it help? Yeah,
My family.
help your family out?
Yeah, my mom and my daughter especially.
Mom and daughter, because what were you having happen with that?
Just my mom's helping out through most of the 20s, and I would like to pay her back. That would be great. She's actually she owns 3 properties, and then she's renting some out. And then throughout my 20s, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go love off and be a musician, try to get that dream. And then finally, this awakened me, and she awakened me, saying like, you should try this. Investing. Like, okay, I'll try that. And I really wanted something for my daughter's security.
Gotcha.
So that she can either go to college or she can do whatever she wants after she graduates high school.
Awesome. So be able to help your family out, help your mom specifically, who's been helpful and made sure to push you in that direction, be there for your kids. Awesome. Who else? Yeah.
I said family, and then I started listing off all the members of my family, where that would help, and then I thought to myself, it would also help me. So I would look in there, what you wrote down, and think if you said people in your family, what would it also help you? And then the next answer is, okay, so how would that affect, right? Of course, yes, we could do this and that, but I think it would relieve a lot of stress in all of our lives. I know it wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so help out with your family, not help your stress levels, maybe a little bit. No, right? I love it. It's true, right? That'd be awesome. So good. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to be diving in because today really we have an opportunity to achieve this, right? So what Bold is all about is helping you get into that momentum, into that spot. So we're going to be talking about a bit, and I have a couple people that I asked to come up. And my thing's not working. You gonna click back on it? Gotta click, yep. Boom. Okay, because Bold is business objective, a life by design. So what we're gonna be going into, why is my clicker not working? I know, it's fun, right? Why did that?
Because we're trying to help pursue different.
Well,
We need a new building.
I know, we're getting closer. All right, now it's working. Okay, so we have 2 people. I'm going to do them each individually. So Holly, come on up. Welcome our panelists who know quite a bit about Bold. Okay, awesome. So we're going to do each, I'm just going to do kind of one after the other and go through, but we have a handful of questions. I chose both of these people because you'll notice that they have done bold lots. Yep, lots of times. So Holly, yeah, just for everyone on Zoom, right? So Holly, how many times have you done bold?
I've done it 12 times.
12 times. Why in the world would you do it 12 times?
Because it helps. It helps you grow. It helps you see a different side of who even you are as a person. It changes things and how you look at things.
Awesome. Because remind me, how many years of business have you done?
So I've done in real estate for 13 here with Keller Williams, actually 14 with Keller Williams. I'm coming up to my 13th anniversary.
Awesome.
So,
And you've now done bold.
so I did like a headstrong. So when I I'll just give you a little dust. When I
Do it.
started the business, this was the scariest thing I have ever done. I had to pick up a phone and call strangers. I had to door knock strangers to get business, to be able to do that. That was what it was. And so I was very nervous and scared to do that. My first bold was here in St. George, and it was as everybody already knew in the brokerage, but it was still super scary because they were going to make me do things in there I wasn't sure if I could do, right? So I did that first bold. I graduated. I did everything that that they have you do, require, and a mindset. And I walked away, and I went up to the coach. Well, before I walked away, I went up to the coach and I says, "What's next?" He said, "Do it again." So I decided to do that. And be honest with you guys, my mentor and the person who's helped me through this is Rebecca. She's the one who guided, who helped me say, you know what, you need to do this. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Because if you're in your comfort zone, then you are not growing. You are not doing it. And I had a desire, I had the want, the need to build a career. It really had nothing to do with the money to me. It was a career. It was about me. And so as I did that, my second bold was even scarier. I went and I signed up, and it was in Las Vegas. There was 125 people in the room. It was huge. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make me talk. They're gonna make me do phone calls. They're gonna make me do all this in front of these people. And after that bold, I just grew a little bit more. And it just became easier because it helps your mindset. It helps your habits, things that will help. So the first time I took it, and then that second time, I committed to doing bold 2 times a year for 4 years. And then I continued to do it at least once a year to keep things strong and to stay up to date. I mean, you can stay up to date, but bold just kind of dives in even a little bit more. Who are you talking to? How are you talking to them? And what are you saying? Is it meeting the market? Is it, how are you doing? And can you get to where they need you to be?
Awesome.
There's a lot of things that you learn through bold.
So you've done this now multiple times. You followed Rebecca's advice and the maps coach who did bold advice, and you did it more than once.
Yes.
How has this impacted others in your life?
I think because it gave me strength that other people could see that, because I changed. I honestly changed from who I first was when I came to this brokerage. And I think that affects other people around you. It became I wanted to help agents learn what I learned to do what I did. And so, and even my husband could see that I've actually left, that comfort zone, and I was growing and things like that. So I do feel like, and my kids who watch you, of course, as they're adults, watching what their mom does.
Awesome. So from them watching you grow, you feel like they've seen that and it's helped them as well.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So you were sitting in the room, right? The first day of bold, and that's now been almost 13 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. You're sitting there the first day. What was something that caused you to take action that first time to take bold?
Because I had the desire. I had the want to take that bold, to face the fears that I didn't know if I could face.
Gotcha.
So I challenged myself.
What made you want to do that?
Because I wanted a career. I wanted to be successful for myself and do it on my own.
Okay. Awesome. What was, I mean, you've now been doing it for a while. What, maybe one of the times that you went through it, what was a limiting belief that you had that through Bold you were able to overcome or improve and grow from?
So talking to people, just talking to people helped. I'm a big scripter, not like, because a lot of people say, well, you sound scripted. Not if you say it enough, not if you practice enough, you're not a scripter. I want to know what to say and how to say it. And as I learned that process, it started to become a lot more natural. And so it wasn't so hard to call people and just ask the same questions that were really hard before. So
Awesome. So Bold, by doing it that many times, has helped you
yes,
have conversations in the way that you would like to and feel
comfortable doing so, picking up the phone and not taking 10, 15 minutes to dial the phone number, shaking, So
Yeah.
I don't, that's doing it over and over and over again is what helped that fear go away, because all of a sudden I realized it wasn't a real fear.
Yeah.
It
That's
was just a challenge in front of me.
challenge for yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. What would be the biggest part of Bold that impacted you?
Well, I don't know how much detail I go in, but I'm definitely not a speaker. I'm not someone who likes to get up and talk in front of a lot of people. And when you go into Bold, you have tables. So you got team tables. Those of you been in will understand that. And then they have one table leader. And I wasn't that for a long time. I actually avoided it with every inch of my body, because I would have to stand up in front of the whole Bold class to announce things for my table. And it was very scary. And then one of the Bolds, it was my whole team voted for me to be that team leader. And so that changed kind of how I looked at that, and leading and being able to help other agents on my table to graduate Bold,
Mm.
because I'd done it. And so it just helped me look at being the leadership part. I think I grew a lot more from that. And it was also the same year I got my MAPS coach, which helped progress everything even more, because
Gotcha.
it's like having Bold once a week in a way when
Awesome.
having a coach.
Awesome. So that was able to help you get to that level that you were looking for,
Correct.
and that leadership side really pushed you.
Yes, it did.
Fantastic. What's one Bold law, your favorite Bold law, or the one that's impacted you the most?
Change the way you look at things and things will change.
Okay.
I think that's I don't know if that's exact wording,
Yeah.
but that is what's in my head.
Yeah. What about that impacted you, and why is that something?
Because you need to change the way you look at real estate. You need to change the way you look at how you get there, because everybody thinks that it's just making calls or doing this, but Bold actually teaches you it's a lot more than that. And so it kind of just helps build your business. I think I went off because she walked in the room and distracted me. It's her
You
fault.
did great. Yeah. I love it. Okay, good. Yeah, right. The way you look, change the way you look at things, and things you look at change. Right. Good. Last one. What's one thing you would share with folks before, we end this conversation for About Bold?
So if you have or you haven't done Bold, I would consider it. I would definitely consider it, because it will change. Even just one time can change the way you look at your business, the way you look at yourself, and how you do it. And it's definitely something I wouldn't pass up if this is a career and something you really want it to be part of your life, because it definitely helps you see it that way.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Holly.
Oh, wait, I've got a question.
Oh, question for Holly.
Okay.
After your first bowl, and you write your letter to yourself and
Thank you.
set your goals for 5 years down the road, and then they mail it to you, what was your experience like?
I cried. I cried when I got it, because I had achieved all of it. And I do it every year. I would get a letter, sometimes twice a year, that I'd wrote to myself. And some turned out like I wanted them to, and some of them didn't. But it was a huge aha or whatever, that you can do it. Even though back then when I wrote the letter, in my mind, could I? I second guessed myself. But then when that comes and shows you can, then you work harder the next time. Make it bigger.
I love it. Great question.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Holly. Come on up, Rebecca.
I'm tardy-er than I ever have been in my entire life.
You're here.
I thought I got out of this.
No. No. So, but I'm curious because I know I was already talking about it. Holly already mentioned that you were one of the reasons why she started going to Bold in the first place. How many times have you been to Bold?
I have gone in person 17 times,
17 times. Okay, and how long have you been in business again?
18 years.
18 years.
Well, October will be 18 years.
Okay.
So 18 years.
Fantastic. That's awesome. What, how has Bold impacted your life?
Okay, so listen, if I can be late and given grace, I can give more than a sentence answer. So the biggest story I can tell you about this is, if you don't know me, I'm a single parent. I've been a single parent my whole entire life. I was set and designed for safety and security, and I was in a job that was taking me nowhere, but it paid the bills and put $100 a month in my account for my safety net. And I was comfortable there. I was good with that. So I was in a year saving $1,200 a year, raising an infant. And if anybody's ever been around an infant, one little oopsie, that $1,200 goes right away. So I was in a position where I was working as an assistant and my income was getting a little bit better. So now I was saving $150 a month. Life was good. I had no complaints. Bills were met. But then my things changed and I had gotten my license and I was got my license to just better my assistant position. As soon as I was a licensed agent, there was no longer a position on the team, which was news to me. So I said, okay, I have this license now. I guess I'm going to be a realtor. All of my security and my every 2 weeks getting paid was right out the door. So my safety and my panic and my security all left. Well, panic went up, but safety and security was out the door. And then my daughter's shoes had holes in them and I broke down because that safety net that I've been saving of $1,200 a year was gone in the first 3 months. And I never wanted her to go without shoes. I can have holes in my shoes, I'm fine. My kid can never have holes in her shoes. And I can also have holes in my pants where appropriate. So I went all in real estate, and I was sitting in a classroom like I was today, the day they were presenting Bold, and they said, it's going to change your life. And I didn't believe it. I wasn't a believer. I didn't have the $800 to sign up because my safety net was gone. And I said, you know what? If I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in. So I went to the bank and got a secured loan to pay for Bold. And I will tell you that I made more during Bold than I made in the last 2 years of working in my safe and secure job. And I've never looked back.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Was that a sentence?
That, I think so. I saw no periods at all.
No punctuation.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
great. No, thank you. So during that time, during any time past that, right, for the 17, what was a limiting belief that through that process of going to Bold that you were able to change and overcome?
Oh, that I overcame. I surprise myself, and I think we all surprise ourselves every day, because picking up that telephone is hard and it's scary and everybody hates us. But then you make that call that you didn't want to make, and it turns into one of the best calls that you've ever had. And then the next call you make, maybe it wasn't as great, but they didn't hang up and they didn't hate you. And by the 5th call, you're seeing all of these wins, and your confidence is getting Does anybody have limiting beliefs about their self-confidence that they can do this? So those little wins every single time that I make a call that goes better than I planned, that helps get over the limiting beliefs that I can do this. And I still wake up every day and I'm like, can I do this? Then I make that first call and I'm like, oh, I can do this. So one of the biggest limiting beliefs that I continue to work on that hasn't gone away is, can I do this? And then I'm reassured that I can. And Bold helps me get there. And it teaches me that I am where I'm supposed to be and where I want to be. And I can do this and I can help other people.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Last question. What is your favorite Bold law and how did it impact you?
Fear or faith, you choose. Because you can live in the fear of, oh my gosh, all my security just left and I'm going to crumble and I'm just going to fall into this hole. Or I can take that leap of faith and take that first step on that ladder and everything will be okay.
Any questions since I last time had you guys clap before questions? Okay, thank you so much, Rebecca. Hey, I love it. So we have Deb, who is our Bold coach. I'm going to make your screen bigger, Deb, and then I got to put a mic in the right spot for everyone on Zoom to be able to hear you. So I kind of want to have a little bit, first of all, just so you guys can know who Deb is. Deb's been doing this for a while. I'll have you explain it more. You're always better at it than me. So I'm going to have you talk. They're already tired of listening to me. So we're just going to go like this, and you can unmute yourself and go.
Awesome. Well, welcome. I am so excited. I am Deb. I am your Bold coach, and I am so excited. Can everybody hear me?
Something's going on with the volume. What did you guys change something where it went? That's always fun. Wait 1 second. Yep. Computer sound. Audio on the left here. And we're right now going through my speaker, which is not what we want to do. We want to go through.
That our broker also knows how to.
He is. He's so good. Our broker can solve everything. What one do you think it is? This one? Try to speak in. Deb?
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
There we go.
There we go. Okay. All right. I have to say, I can't see very many. I think I'm looking at back of heads, but I hope y'all can all see me. Okay. Now I can see. Yes. Okay, very good. We got a full room. Well, I am Coach Deb, and I am going to be your Bold coach for our September launch, and I cannot wait to be with y'all. So that was an amazing panel. Can we just take a minute and give those two ladies a round of applause, because that was very impactful, and I want to celebrate them and their stories.
We were clapping when you answered your question.
Okay, great. I don't know if y'all are clapping or not, but I hope that y'all are. So a little bit about me. I have been a part of the Keller Williams world for 17 years through being a market center investor. I have been a real estate agent for 12 years. And then I have run the Red Star team for the past decade and actually became the first MREA team. And then by proxy, I became the first MREA agent in my whole entire MLS across all brokerages, not just Keller Williams. And I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, is my home market center. So along with my husband, we have an extensive rental portfolio. So I love all things real estate. I'm also the co-host of the Net Worth Club, which is basically a wealth building club for women through Her Best Life at Keller Williams. I have taken Bold as a student every year that I have been an agent, except for one. And I've taken Bold more than one time, several years. So I've taken Bold about 12 times, I think exactly. And so I say that because of all the things that maybe is on my resume. What I'm the most proud of is that I am you. I am a realtor first and foremost. I am still in production. I have listing appointments this week. I was showing houses at 7:30 last night to a repeat client, a family that I just adore. So I'm in the trenches with you. So know that as we do Bold together, I'm going to be coaching the material. We're going to be learning all of these things, and know that I'm going to be learning from you as well, because I believe that together, we all have an opportunity to succeed. So we're going to be doing deep dives during Bold into what it takes to be a skill-based realtor in 2025, which is actually what Onward Bold is all about. Now, I know that it's been several years. Am I still good? Am I good?
Still great.
Okay. I know that it's been several years since Bold has come to your market center, and only a few of you have participated in Bold. So I thought today I would unpack what we're going to be learning in Bold, some of what we're going to be learning, and exactly what it is. So then that way, you can have that knowledge, and then also I can answer some questions from the room. Now, Onward Bold is different than classic Bold. So the Bold that our two panelists were talking about, Bold now has actually been totally rewritten. So what Gary Keller did about is start to take the things that he has taught the agents that are in his top 200 agents in the company, in his top 200 mastermind, and he was teaching them the principles that we're going to be learning in Bold. So that it's based on 5 steps to an extraordinary life. And that's really the premise of Bold. We're going to be talking about things that are like a Masogi, which, by the way, Bold is your Masogi for 2025. A Masogi is an experience or something that we go through that is difficult, and that in the challenge of it, we actually become a different person. Our brain actually gets rewired. And it's not so much the outcome of the Masogi, the hard thing, it's who we become along the way as we do the Masogi. So a Masogi is, we're going to learn about it in Bold. It's just one of the 5 core tenets to an extraordinary life that Gary Keller has taught his agents. And then there are 10 truths of life. We are going to learn that happiness is a choice. We are going to learn that we don't have unlimited amounts of time to do things. We are going to be learning 10 truths that really are the foundation for our life and our business. And then, of course, we're going to be learning lots of practical things to elevate our business, because what Gary began to understand is that in his top 200, there were agents that were killing it in their business, but their personal lives were falling apart. And what we know and understand is that we can be making all the money we want in our business, and if we don't have a life that's extraordinary, that's our life that we are crafting, what is it that we actually have? This Bold blends both. So if you have asked yourself, is my business, if you have ever said to yourself, man, there's some things in my business that just are not working, or maybe there's a dream that you've just given up on quietly because you're not sure how to achieve it. Or maybe your business year over year isn't growing. It just is plateaued, and you're not really sure what it looks like to take it to the next level. Or maybe there's some of you who say, I want to keep doing the amount of business I'm doing, but I want to be able to do it in half the time because I'm ready to have time freedom. And so Bold is for you. So if you are the #1 producer in this market center, in your market center, Bold is for you. If you are in the middle and you're still trying to get your systems and your processes, Bold is for you. If you are a brand new agent, you don't even know what a contract is yet, you barely have your license, then Bold is most definitely for you. See, Bold is not just another training. Bold is the Masogi. That is the line in the sand that when you complete your 6 weeks, you are actually not the same person. It's a moment that's going to split time. You were going to say, just like our panelists did, there was before Bold and then there was after. So the decision that you get to make is, do you want to continue to repeat your past, or do you want to reimagine your future? which is a business that works for you, not one that burns you out. A business that's built on models and systems, not flying by the seat of your pants. A business that actually gives you your time back. A business that also fuels and funds your personal life, not at the cost of your personal life. So is your life right now something you're choosing, or is it something you're just accepting? See, what we know and understand and what we're going to learn in Bold is we actually don't need more hours in the day. We just need the courage to reclaim the hours that we're giving away to things that don't matter. Maybe relationships that don't serve us anymore. Maybe things in our business that are not leading to closings, to our pendings and our closings. So you actually don't need a pep talk from me, although I'm going to coach a little bit here this morning. What you need, no matter where you are in your life and your business, is a process. You need one that works even when your willpower is not on call. You don't need something magical. You don't need me to wave a magic wand. You need something that is meaningful to the life that matters to you. Those dreams and those goals and those desires that you have way deep down inside that you've buried that you don't even want to tell anybody. That's what we want to come out in Bold. So that misogi, that line in the sand, is where the old you gets left behind and the real you comes uncovered and then begins to thrive. So the question I also want you to ask yourself is there something in your world that you stopped believing was possible? I'm not going to ask you to say it out loud. I want you to kind of think about that. Is there a place where you're settling, where you feel stuck? See, when life gets hard, we don't automatically become the best version of ourselves. When life gets hard and tough, or our business gets hard and tough, we're going to rise to the level of the systems that we have, not our intentions. We're going to rise to the level of the people we have surrounded ourselves with. And we're going to rise to the habits and the intentions that we're committed to learning, even on the days that feel hard. So this is where Bold comes in. Okay, so it's going to be a 6-week deep dive. Okay, we are going to do a deep dive into mindset. We are going to do a deep dive into productivity. We are going to do a deep dive into execution. We're going to rewire your brain in how you think and how you act. You're going to learn how to lead yourself differently in all aspects of your life, not just in your business. So that then you can turn around and you can lead others, whether that means your organization, your family, your clients, whatever leadership is to you, you're going to learn to lead yourself. So then you can lead others, get this, not through pressure. Because I'm going to guess that y'all are like me, and the last thing we need in our lives is more pressure. We're going to learn to lead and live through power and intention. And then some of the practical things you will learn in this class is you are going to learn powerful ways to lead generate. One of the things that Gary really has discovered in coaching his top 200 agents is that everybody has a different superpower. There's some of you that love to pick up the phone and cold call. There's some of you that love to door knock, open houses. There's some of you that want to build your business on social media, around events, maybe through your community. See, the cool thing is that there is a gazillion ways out there to lead generate in our business. And one of the things we're going to learn practically in Bold is, what is your way? What speaks to you? What is all authentic to you? Because see, when we lead generate in a way that's authentic to us, then we lead generate and we don't skip it. We're going to also teach you, and you're going to learn how to master conversations. So that way, when you're sitting across a seller at or a buyer's consultation, you're getting that business. You're going to learn to build scalable systems. We are going to teach you. This is my favorite part, I think, or one of my favorite parts of New Bold, Onward Bold, is we're going to teach you how to actually use social media as a magnet to attract your ideal client so you're not out there chasing clients down. You're going to take more listings than you thought. We're going to talk to you about how to price them right, close the deals at the table. You're going to walk away with more confidence and more momentum. So raise your hand. I know I can't see everybody, but who is going to like more momentum in your business, right? Absolutely. I heard a whoop whoop, so I'm going to trust that that's everybody. I'm going to trust that's everybody. So here's the deal. Bold is for you. So we're going to dig deep into these principles, not just the 5 principles for an extraordinary life. We're going to dig deep into the 10 truths and then 38 brand new bold laws so that you can build a life and a business that you never thought was possible. Okay. That is what Bold is going to do. So 6 weeks, we have 18 weeks, I believe, if I'm correct, left in the year. The 6 weeks that we're going to be together in Bold has the potential to not only change the rest of this year for you, but to lead you into 2026 with clarity, with heart, with passion, and with purpose, and with an understanding that the things that you've been accepting in your life, in your business, are not the things that you have to accept in the future. And the things that you said were just normal, or maybe they were just, it's the market, you're going to realize as you begin to think at a higher level and expand your mind and your abilities, you're going to begin to realize that you already have it within you. We're just going to call it out and give you the systems and models to create a business that has nothing to do with what the market is doing. So here's like the bottom line. The most dangerous word, or most dangerous maybe version of success, is the word almost. I was almost consistent. I was almost productive. I almost committed. I almost was confident. I almost created a system. I almost took time off to be with my kids, my family, the people that I love. I almost booked that vacation. I almost paid off my mortgage. I almost made the call. I almost invested in myself. I almost took Bold. So I'm going to challenge you today and encourage you today to stop moving from almost to always. You get to choose. Join me for 6 weeks of your business objective, Life by Design. I cannot wait to see St. George, Utah show up and show out for Bold. We know it works. It's not a matter of if it works. The average agent writes 11 pieces of business during Bold. What is 11 times your average sales price? You did an activity a few minutes ago of how that money can change you. 11 units per agent is just the average of what a student in Onward Bold does. And what we're seeing now, it's not just about the contracts that are written in bold, it's about the momentum carry forward for the rest of their business. So we know that Bold works. This is not about almost. It's not about almost next time, or I almost took Bold, or maybe later. I'm going to ask you today. I'm going to ask you to draw that line in the sand today. Have Bold be your Misogi. Have Bold join me for 6 weeks, and have Bold be the beginning of the next phase, next season, next you. That is the one that deep down inside you've been dreaming about. So sign up today. Let's be intentional. So I am going to ask everybody, there is a piece of paper in front of you, and everybody should have a pen or a pencil. Also, I'm going to ask you to pick up your paper right now, and I'm going to ask you to register for Full Bold. Do not let money stop you. If that is an issue for you, you're going to put at the bottom of the page, and somebody in leadership is going to talk to you about how you're going to do that, how we're going to make it happen. There's millions of ways, but I'm asking each one of you, your market center leaders have committed to bringing this to you. And every call I'm on with them, they say, our agents need this. It's been years since we've had it here. Our agents need this. We know this is going to matter for them. Their faith in you is off the chart. So I'm asking you to have faith in them and faith in yourself and faith in me as your bold coach. And let's say yes together. So sign it and start putting them up in the air. Your leadership is going to walk around and collect registrations. I'm going to ask everybody to take a minute and sign up today. If you are listening online, I think we've got some people online maybe. Also, let your market center know that you want to sign up. Taylor, I cannot see. Do we have some people sign? I see some movement. Do we have?
Yep, they're working on it right now.
Awesome. We have some things going up in the air.
Okay. And then we also right here have, if you're online, that's to register for Bold. If you're right now online, couple things that I know Deb was mentioning that we do have. One, if the payment of doing it right now on your credit card, you know, we are doing a payment plan. So it'd be like, you know, we have it in one of our sheets. You can, or it's talk with Dina. It's $400 and we'll break the next 2 months into $200 for the next 2 months for you on your monthly billing. We want to make this as easy as possible. You can notice that this is on Wednesday. We are going to have Bold B team meeting for those whole 6 weeks. We very much want to know and get you guys into production even more. This is going to be very helpful. I'm still going to do some AI classes on different days. At the same time, this right here is what I want us to be diving into full force. Another thing that you'll notice is some of you already kind of were reading and signing it. We're committed to making you guys do as much business as possible. And one of the things that we do is any buyer, broker, or listing agreement that you get signed during those 6 weeks of Bold, we're going to give you $100 back towards your Bold to pay you back for doing Bold. So if you go through, you commit, you work hard, you do this, we're willing to reimburse your whole amount through those 8 deals that you push through, the 3 deals, whatever you do, we're willing to help you out with that. Of ones that you get signed listing agreements, buyer or seller, that right when they close, we'll then pay you $100. So we want to make you guys have more money. We want to make this a reality. Jennifer. No, so this is going to be in person. We're figuring out the location. It's going to be round tables, all of us in there. There won't be a Zoom on that one.
Hey, Taylor, can I speak up real quick?
For sure.
I just want to say I do this all around the country, and your leadership has one of the best. The fact that their payment plan that he just offered you is the most generous payment plan I have ever heard of or seen all around the country. And the fact that you get to have reimbursed of your transactions while in Bold. So literally Bold can end up costing you nothing. I mean, what an amazing opportunity. So thank you leadership for believing in your agents so much. And I'm available if y'all have a couple questions, if you'd like me to stay on a few more minutes.
Yeah, let's have some questions go out. I know someone was just asking me also about, because I know if they can't come to one of them, right? What does that look like?
That is perfectly fine. If you already know you have a conflict for one of the weeks, at step 1, after step 1, there's actually going to be a QR code. You're going to email my Bold assistant. We're going to mark that as an excused absence, and you are going to get to jump in and be a part of all of the other weeks. Please do not let a scheduling conflict keep you out of Bold.
Yep, totally.
Great question.
What other questions? That's a fantastic one, and it was on a lot of your minds. She can't hear you.
Sorry. If we know that we will miss one Bold session, is there any way that part of that can be recorded so we can stay caught up?
We don't record Bold sessions simply because of copyright issues, because once they're recorded and sent out, there's no control of where they go next. However, I will do a recap with you. If somebody has to miss a week, I will do a personal recap with you, either via Zoom or in person the following week.
Awesome. Good question. Others?
I have a question on Zoom.
Yeah.
How long are the individual sessions, and then do we have a time that they're going to be done yet?
So first step is from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And steps 2 through 6 will be it looks like 8:30 to 3 p.m. And I believe the location is being worked on. We should have the location by Friday.
Yeah, here we go.
We have breaks and lunch in there, all those things.
So the 8:30 start, this is just tricky with kids. If you stroll in like 5 minutes late.
So the more that you can, yeah, great question. What I don't want you to do is not come to Bold because of drop off. I would rather you walk in. Now, I'm not advocating being late for Bold, right? Because what we put priority on, we will figure out. So I'm not advocating being late for Bold. And I'm also a mama. I'm a blended family of 6 kids. I've raised all the kids. So I understand that mornings, especially with kids, don't always go as planned. I would rather you walk in a few minutes late every week and come to Bold than not attend. Absolutely. Great question.
Great question. Yep. Good.
I think that's fair, because I think, and I've only attended once and it's been a long time, but I do feel like there's this perception that it's very militant, and that some of that militant environment is great for us, but it can be easy if people are on the fence or just feel like about the write off the entire experience because it can't be perfect, or it can't be perfect, instead of having some realization that's
I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. No, you're fine. You're fine. I can't see, so I don't know who just spoke, but I so appreciate you bringing this up. This is why Onward Bold was rewritten. Everybody who has taken on it is totally different. So a lot of that, what could be perceived as there's only one way and it has to be perfect, and if you don't do this, you get this. That is all gone. So we definitely still have, we still take attendance and things like that. One of the things I love about Onward Bowl is there's actually a reward system too. So you actually have an opportunity to earn points every week for attending your team meetings, which, by the way, if you're in Bold, that is your team meeting. Attending other trainings, going on listings, adding people to your database. So Bold feels much more reward oriented, and much what we talk about every week is progress over perfection. So thank you for bringing that up. You will have a very, very different experience with Onward Bold.
Love it. Any other questions? We also have, if you can't commit yet, right, which a lot of you already have been, I've been seeing hands go up. Mel has been grabbing them. First off, if you do have it already done today, at the end, you get to spin this wheel. So we'll get that going for you, and you get a prize on it. If you haven't, for sure, sign up for First Step, right?
Absolutely.
And, while you're kind of considering things. So I'm going to pass this around. This is for First Step, for you to kind of sign up and go from there. And we'll get you signed up for the First Step, which is, the First Step is free. But committing to all of them is where you're going to get the best benefit. Other questions? I know we went a little over today. Okay. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Deb.
Hey, my pleasure. It is my privilege and my honor to be with y'all in September and October. I cannot wait to see your faces and to meet you. And let's go create our best lives together. So see y'all in a few weeks. Bye.
Woo! Okay, thanks ever so much. There's lunch out there. Ask, any of the leadership more questions. Let's get this going. I'm excited for us to go crush this and finish off not only the year strong, but really, really hit the next year in the right spot. Amen. Amen.
That's market motivations here. Keep crushing it. Rise with the team. Shoots in our sights.